This is the NFL Draft Report on 101 ESPN, featuring Tony Softli and Howard Balzer.
Here we are once again, Howard Balzer along with Tony Softli on 101sports.com. Where has the time gone? Less than 3 weeks until the NFL Draft. And we're doing it twice a week here on the video. And right now, we're going to talk a little bit about defensive ends. We've talked about them in previous weeks, but most of the time the names have been Aldon Smith or Robert Quinn and what's going on with him, or the local product, Adrian Claiborne. Well, there's been a guy up there who's been on Tony Softli's top 32 who hasn't been talked about a whole lot. Maybe that's because no one's found anything bad on him yet. Talk about J.J. Watt, Tony, because you're looking at this kid and saying he should be in the conversation of the top ends in this draft.
Oh, there's no question about it. 6'5", 290 pounds. Justin John, better known as J.J. to all Badger fans. He's a very good athlete. He went to the combine and had a 37-inch vertical and a 4.8 40. This guy, and his 10-yard dash or his 10-yard start was pretty good. So, and then you look at his three-cone drill with 6.88. So this guy has speed. He has great balance and control. Once he's up and running, he can do some damage. He pressures the pocket. I like everything he brings to the table because he can play a 3-4 end or a 4-3 end.
You just mentioned being able to play a 3-4 end or a 4-3 end. The key is, as an end, if this is a guy that the Rams could have interest in terms of the pass rush, the explosion around the edge, does he have that at 290 pounds?
Yeah, you know what he does. He has that explosion. It's a natural pass rush. He can flip his hips, turn his hips, and burst to the quarterback peak zone. But I'll tell you what, he can play the power game. He can play the quick game upfield. He can play stout at the point of attack. His production is very good. You know what? He just has an all-around game that he can actually get better at. I mean, wait until he gets some NFL coaching. I think this guy's going to get better. And guess what his favorite player is?
Tell me.
Howie Long. Howie Long's his favorite player.
That's not a bad guy to have as a favorite.
How about that? So I mean, this guy has a chance to be special. He really does. It just depends on what defense he goes to, what scheme, and how he fits. I think he has a chance.
As we talk about him possibly relating to the Rams, because most of the time when we've discussed ends, there's been other guys in the conversation. Certainly in the Steve Spagnuolo defense, as you were just talking about fit, he seems to be a guy that certainly could give you what you want on the end, but also in some situations could move inside, which we know that Spagnuolo likes to do a lot in his defense.
Oh, there's no question about it, H. What happens within Spagnuolo's defense, they like the versatility of a player that can line up on the edge and stop the run and rush the passer. In passing situations, they like him to sink inside of that 3 technique and give a little pass wiggle up inside. So this guy can do that. I see him being more of a 300-pounder, 305 when it's all said and done. But at 290 now, running a 4.8, he's physical, he has pass rush skills. Don't be surprised if he's not running down on kickoffs. That's how athletic this guy
Really?
is. So, at a right end in the Spagnuolo defense, this guy fit perfect.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Is he a right end? You're saying definitely he is.
There's no question. I think he fits that spot where James Hall plays right now. Chris played it for his first year, now moved to the left side. Come back here, Paper. And I think that it'll be fine. It'll be a fit for the Rams.
Sounds like an interesting name to throw into the mix, which is always good when we're less than 3 weeks away. And there'll be a lot of options, a lot of different options for the Rams there. We're going to start getting into those a lot closer in these weeks ahead. That does it for this edition of our draft preview. For Tony Softli, I'm Howard Balzer. Listen to us on 101 ESPN and, of course, read us on 101sports.com.